fucking Republican. It's like, well,
Right.
there you go.
Yeah, so there's a Democrat, a Republican, and a Green Party candidate for the House. And instead of the Democrats voting green and blue, they just voted blue.
Quit being so fucking proud. We don't
So
have the numbers.
the person
to
that
be able to pull it
they
off.
didn't vote for in the Green Party actually would have caucused with the Democrats and actually would have probably voted with the Democrats. But because of the Democrat political or the Green Party political affiliation, they did not vote for her.
But they would have worked with the Republicans too. They would have reached across the aisle, which is what should happen.
Well, maybe.
And needs to
We don't know.
happen. Well, no, we don't.
Well,
and
because
we
the
never
opportunity
will.
was shot.
Well, we never will know because pride got in the way, as usual.
Yeah. Well, that's politics.
It's just
great,
kind
isn't
of
it?
frustrating.
So yeah, we need to find where any political persons around the state are. I don't care if it's federal, like your U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, or if it's your state legislators. If your state legislative Senate legislators or Congress or House candidates or House representatives are running around the state, start showing up at their meetings and asking them pointed questions and actually recording the conversation. Because without actual recordings, it's always going to be, oh, it's fake news. So, well, of course, even with real recordings, it's going to be fake news, depending on who you're talking to. So, but this country needs a revival. And what it needs, the revival that I'm talking about is not going to church every Sunday. It's a revival of giving the power back to the people that are supposed to be guiding it. Our bus drivers have taken us on a really bad tour, and it's time for the passengers to start knocking them in the head. And the way we do that is we get in their face. We go to their meetings. We go to their town halls. We log into their conference calls. Anything that we can do to actually make them understand that they still work for us.
And you know what's
Hey,
about?
what are we nuking? Are you nuking
I am
pizza?
making pizza.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yes.
Hey, we have pizza.
Yeah, we do.
You should
All
throw it
right,
in the
but I
oven.
mean, yeah. Oh God, yeah,
I'm
that sounds
hungry all
really
of a
good.
sudden.
I know that sounds really
All of a
good.
sudden, pizza sounds really
But I
good.
mean, seriously, networking is where it's all about. I mean, if you're a person that actually wants to be involved but doesn't have a whole lot of time, and a lot of meetings interlap because there's only so many days in the week. But seriously, if you are always attending school board meetings or city council meetings, even though you can't show up to maybe legislative meetings or other meetings, if we can still find a way via, I don't know, Facebook, social media, some way of actually kind of passing down what we learned, then, I mean, I think that's a step in the right direction. I mean, we all need to kind of work together. We can't all be expected to attend every single meeting everywhere. I mean, we can't be all those places, but I really do think we need to find a better way of kind of communicating with each other. So all the people in Arizona, okay, hey, you're always going to school board meetings. You're always going to city council meetings. You're always going to, I don't know, whatever, legislative meetings. There needs to be a way for some sort of a communication to take place. So it's kind of like, well, you know what? This is all to do with our district. This is all to do with our constituents and what is actually going on with where we live. So we all need to find a way to kind of, I don't know, be on the same fucking page, or at least reading out of the same book.
No, and that kind of leads up to the whole idea of, I don't know about other states, but here in Arizona we have two things that makes a difference. One of and that's request to speak and bill tracker.
Yay!
And those are our Arizona legislature. Somehow they thought it would be a good idea, and it is a good idea, to create the ability for constituents or people of Arizona to actually log into these two different applications online and be able to interact directly with their legislative people. So the idea is that you use a bill tracker so that you can look up bills based on keywords, based on sponsor names, legislators. You can actually track different bills. Like if you're very into education bills, you can actually use keywords for education, private schools, charter schools, education, blah, 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 blah. And it will bring up all the different bills that are in committee or going to committee in this current session. and you can actually track those as they go through the process. And if there's a bill that you feel strongly about, you can use the request to speak system. And what that does is it puts in there that you can go in online, if you're not in Phoenix where you can't get to the Capitol easy. You can vote for, against, or neutral on a bill and make comments. And those comments go into the public record. And the legislators that are in committees, when they're discussing these bills, see those people that are for, against, or neutral and what comments they make. And if you want to, you can request to speak in committee when they're discussing that bill. So the idea is that, for example, they have a bill on the ESA vouchers, and you want to speak for, neutral, or against. You can put that into the actual network, and it will put that in there into the public record so that the people in the committee see that you want to give speech of some sort, and they will let you speak some of the time. Usually if it's a bill that the committee is heavily for, they will let you speak if you're heavily for it. They don't always let you speak if you're against it.
Or they may actually be like, okay, we're under a time restraint. You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds to give your 2-minute speech.
You have 30 seconds to recite the entire freaking dictionary.
But the good thing is, though, is that when you make your comments in the request to speak, they are public record. They are attached to the bill. So when somebody looks up the actual bill, they see who has gone for, against, etc., and what comments they made. For example, we had 2 bills that were trying to fast-track more vouchers for private and charter schools. And there was a big push to make sure that they understood that we did not agree with that. And so they overall had, because the 2 bills were identical, one in the House, one in the Senate, they kind of cooperative or combined them in. You had 93 people that were for the bills, and over 400 that were against the bills. And it's public record. So when you go look at that, you see all of the names of everybody who's against and all those that are for. But when it got into the committee, the chairperson of the committee only gave real talk time to those that were for the bill. They loaded the deck. Okay, so the only people that got any conversation time was those that want the bill to pass. 400 people said no, 90 people said yes, and funny, the bill passed anyway and went to the House floor and the Senate floor. So it takes away from.
Here's my idea.
Okay, let's go. Give it to us. Give it to me, buddy.
Just say you're for the bill, and then you can bitch all you want as soon as you get out on the floor.
If they let you on the floor.
That's if they let you on the floor, yes. Just say you're for it, and then you can bitch if they let you on the floor. Make it easy. It's the same underhanded tactics most politicians use in the first place anyways.
Yeah. Say you're for something, and as soon as you get elected, then you're against. That's the American way.
Right.
That's fucked up.
It is.
It really is messed up.
Living the American dream right here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, maybe fucked up, but it's the truth.
But it is true, and that's the sad part of it. So, okay, in the news today, White House denies reports that Trump is considering using the National Guard troops for immigration roundup. Okay. Senate confirms Scott Pruitt as EPA head. So the agency will now be led by an official who built a career suing to block environmental rules and has called for weakening the EPA's authority. This is not going to end well. What kind of country are we in?
Third world.
Yeah. Okay. 75 people were killed in a suicide attack at a Pakistani shrine. Shepard Smith calls President Trump's press conference crazy. Wait a second. A Fox News anchor called the president's press conference crazy. That's fucking rich. Okay. Trump declares fake
Oh, my
news
brother
media
knows
the
crazy
enemy of the
stuff.
American people. Wait a second. Did he get elected because of fake news?
He is fake.
Okay, well.
Ugh.
Yeah. Makes you
If
wonder.
we don't fucking learn from this and all realize that we should be able to band together, oh my
Well,
God.
as long as the media controls the population through fear, we're fucked. I mean, we're messed up.
Well, as long as people are stupid enough to believe everything they fucking hear, then we're fucked. Yeah.
Okay, what
We're
other
screwed.
interesting? Yeah, I'm looking through the news stories on CNN right now.
One of our
NASA
terrorist news networks got it.
yeah, NASA is sending a superbug to the space station. That's nice. It's going to come down. It's going to create the zombie apocalypse. We need to get more. We need to get more 308 and 223 rounds. Deadly storm smothers Southern California. So for those of you friends and family that live in Southern California, please be careful. There are tens of thousands without power right now. Bless you or something. So
I'm not
yeah,
blessed, I'm evil.
okay, evil you then. So those of you that live in California, and I think this storm is actually going to be moving into Arizona late tonight, early tomorrow, and it's going to be in Arizona this weekend. We have a 90% chance of rain tomorrow and a 50% chance of rain on Sunday. So, folks, it's very important. Do not be stupid in the weather, okay? Here in Arizona, if you're driving in a low spot and you see water coming across the road, don't drive into it, because that just makes you a stupid statistic on world's dumbest drivers. Okay,
Unless
Don't
you're
do that.
unless you're okay with that, and that you want that to be your claim to fame.
Well, there is that. A new dinosaur species has been found.
Awesome.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. What else do we got here? I'm just kind of looking through.
That's pretty cool.
A new dinosaur. I guess it depends on. 64-year-old woman gives birth to twins. Really?
Ick.
Matt Damon battles monsters in Solid the Great Wall. Let's see. There's a lot of interesting stuff in the news, and some of it is just messed up. It's like, really? $100,000 cash found in an old TV set. Why couldn't we found that? I would have liked to have had $100,000, but that's just me. Let's see. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of real news out there that is really, like real news. Because, it's what did you call it again? CNN? One of the terrorist organizations?
Terrorist news networks.
All right, let's look at NPR. With fake news, Trump moves from alternative facts to alternative language. Trump's son is heading to Dubai as business interests continue to expand overseas. Yeah, because none of us saw that coming. We elected a guy who's using the Oval Office to make money.
I swear to God, we did this. Not all of us. Some of us tried to fight it, tried to persuade people that they were being fucking morons, but they didn't want to listen. Think they're listening now, or are they too stupid to realize that things are... Oh, God, this is only, the third week? We still got another, 4 years of this clown?
Well, don't you like clowns?
Don't we make you fucking laugh? Don't you think we're fucking funny? Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you listening, and yes, the F-bomb does get dropped here and there. That's why we have it listed as explicit on the Spreaker website. Funny how that works.
And that was a reference from Devil's Rejects.
The Devil's
Rob
Rejects,
Zombie.
which is a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah. Which is the sequel to...
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hear about it all the time.
That's because
Blah,
I
blah,
argue
blah,
with
blah,
somebody
blah,
back
blah.
and forth.
All right.